The morning my electricity went out, I was in the middle of making coffee. I walked outside and saw a bright orange sticker slapped right across my meter box. It said, "Disconnected. Code violation." HOA authority. My neighbor was standing on his lawn watching. He had a smirk on his face. What he didn't know, what none of them knew, was that meter hadn't carried a single watt of utility power in over 2 years. Before we go any further, drop your country in the comments right now. I want to see where in the world people are watching this. Seriously, it takes 2 seconds and I read every single one. My name is Garrett Holloway. 3 years ago, I bought a 4-acre property on the edge of a small planned community in central Tennessee. It was listed as being part of an HOA, but the boundaries were loose. And the HOA itself was basically a group of 6 people who held meetings in someone's garage. I knew about them going in. I wasn't worried. I had bigger plans for that land. Over the first 18 months, I spent every weekend building something I'd dreamed about for a decade. A fully off-grid solar power system. 42 panels on a ground mount, 2 battery banks, a backup generator, and a charge controller setup that could power a small apartment complex. I had it permitted by the county. Inspected twice. The paperwork was airtight. I even disconnected from the utility grid voluntarily and formally filed the paperwork with the power company, paid the disconnection fee, everything by the book. I was completely, legally, independently powered. Then Dorian Westfield moved in 3 houses down and got himself elected HOA president. Within 60 days, I had my first violation notice. It said my solar panels were, and I'm not joking, aesthetically disruptive to neighborhood cohesion. I filed a response citing my county permits and the federal solar rights statutes in Tennessee. 30 days later, a second notice. This one claimed the panels violated a setback rule from the HOA handbook. I pulled the original CC&Rs from when the community was established. No such rule existed, not even close. I sent a certified letter back explaining that in detail. That's when things got quiet. And whenever Dorian got quiet, something worse was coming. 6 weeks later, on a Tuesday morning, I woke up to that orange sticker. Now here's what I need you to understand, because this is the part that made my jaw drop. The sticker said the HOA had contacted the utility company and requested disconnection due to code violations on my property. But I wasn't connected to the utility company. I had formally severed that relationship over a year earlier. So either Dorian had lied to the utility company about my status, or someone at the utility had made a catastrophic error. Either way, someone had tampered with a meter box on my property without my consent. That's not a civil matter. That's a crime. I took photos of everything, time-stamped. I called my attorney, Priya Nambiar, before I even poured that cup of coffee. She told me not to touch the sticker, don't touch the meter box, and document every single inch of it. I did exactly that. Meanwhile, Dorian was apparently telling the whole neighborhood that he had finally dealt with my solar setup. A neighbor 2 lots over texted me. She said Dorian had been bragging at the corner store that he got my power shut off. He told people I'd been running an illegal operation and the HOA had stepped in to enforce the rules. He was celebrating. He thought he'd won. Here's twist number 1, and it is a big one. When Priya contacted the utility company, their records showed something fascinating. My account had been closed for 14 months. There was no active service to disconnect. The orange sticker on my meter box? It had been placed there by a private contractor hired directly by the HOA, not by the utility company. Dorian had fabricated the authority behind that sticker entirely. He'd hired someone to put it there to make it look official. That single fact changed everything. But Dorian didn't stop. When Priya sent a formal cease and desist letter to the HOA board, Dorian called an emergency meeting and voted to pursue legal action against me. He told the board I had installed an unauthorized power generation system and was operating it in violation of community standards. 2 board members voted with him. 3 others abstained because, and I found this out later, they were starting to get nervous. Dorian then made one final move that sealed his fate. He contacted the county building authority and filed a formal complaint claiming my solar installation was unpermitted and potentially hazardous. He had no idea I had already sent the county everything. The county inspector, a quiet man named Horatio Beckett, came out to my property 4 days later. He spent 2 hours walking the installation. He reviewed my permit applications, my inspection certificates, my disconnection paperwork, and my battery compliance documents. At the end of it, he handed me a clean inspection report and told me it was one of the most professionally installed residential solar systems he had reviewed in 12 years. He also noted that someone had filed a false complaint and that the county took that seriously. Meanwhile, Priya had been building something much larger. She obtained the contractor records showing who hired the person who placed that sticker. The payment trail went directly to the HOA operating account which Dorian controlled. She then cross-referenced the utility company communication logs, which showed that Dorian had called them posing as a property manager and tried to initiate a disconnection that the utility had actually refused to process. He'd gone around them entirely and hired his own guy when they said no. That's fraud. That's impersonation. That's tampering with private property. Priya filed suit against Dorian personally and against the HOA entity. The complaint included fraudulent misrepresentation, unlawful tampering with private property, harassment, and defamation based on the statements he'd made around the neighborhood. We attached the contractor invoices, the utility call logs, the county's clean inspection report, and 12 pages of my prior certified correspondence proving I had tried repeatedly to resolve this through proper channels. 3 of the 5 board members immediately resigned. The remaining 2, including Dorian, held on for exactly 11 days before Dorian's personal attorney told him to settle. The settlement terms were confidential, but I can tell you this, my legal fees were covered in full. The HOA issued a written retraction of every violation notice ever sent to me. They acknowledged in writing that my solar installation was lawful, permitted, and compliant. And the new board, elected 60 days after the dust settled, passed a formal solar rights resolution protecting every homeowner in the community from exactly this kind of abuse going forward. Dorian Westfield is no longer on the board. No longer in the neighborhood, actually. The house sold 8 months later. The orange sticker is still in my filing cabinet. Framed. Under the clean inspection report. You know what the wildest part of this whole thing is? He came after my power. But I never lost power for a single second. Not one light flickered. Not one device shut down. While he was celebrating at the corner store, I was sitting in my fully lit house, on my own electricity, calling my lawyer. The house he tried to shut down never went dark. If someone in authority has ever tried to bully you out of something you had every legal right to do, drop a 1 in the comments. And if you want to see more stories like this one, you already know what to do. The algorithm works when you do.